Acing Autism was founded in 2008 in Boston. It's now offered in 6 states, 14 sites, and has over 200 kids in the program. So we'd like to please welcome Richard Spurling, Acing for Autism.
A little louder.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Better.
All right, good. Well, first of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the USPTA board for inviting me to speak today. This program has been a passion of mine for the past 5 years, and I'm very excited to share it with you today. The last time I did this talk in front of some USPTA professionals, they were a very curious bunch, had a lot of questions, so I'm going to leave a little bit of time at the end for hopefully some good questions from the crowd. The outline for my talk is basically going to be just to define autism, try and give you a picture of what it means to have autism. I'm going to explain to you why tennis is such a great fit for these kids, and then go into the Acing Autism program, what the clinic that we provide, and why it's such a great fit for these kids. Before I start, I'd like to ask the audience if you know anyone that has a child with autism. And second question, follow-up question to that is, has anyone in this room tried to give a tennis lesson to a child with autism? So autism has been a big buzzword in the media for the last 5 to 7 years. The rates have been going through the roof. When I started this program about 5 years ago, the rate was 1 in 150 kids, and about 3-4 months ago, the CDC came out with the latest figures, which are 1 in 88 kids that has autism. It's even higher in boys. 1 in 54 boys start playing with toys. They're not really playing with toys. They start lining them up, and they're looking for shapes, and they're just a little bit. They're different. So the takeaway from this is they're socially impaired. They have trouble connecting with other people. But these numbers are translating into thousands of kids. I mean, nobody knows for sure how many kids has autism, but it's they've done studies, but it's not accurate. But 5 years ago, when I was looking at this program, thinking about doing the program, there was a study that came out. There's probably the numbers that the CDC comes out with, 1 in 88 kids. They're looking at 8-year-olds in schools, but it's based on a very small region. So the rates could be even higher than this, but in a city like Los Angeles, there's thousands of kids with autism spectrum disorder. So what does a kid exactly look like? I'm going to try and paint a picture for you guys. First of all, it's a spectrum. So on the one hand, you have really high-functioning kids. These are kids with Asperger's. I'm sure most of you have heard of Asperger's. These are actually kids with really high IQs. They excel in the arts, music, math, but they have that social impairment. And on the other hand of the spectrum, these low-functioning kids, they're nonverbal. They have trouble focusing. They can't maintain eye contact. They have low motor function, so they're not very good at holding a racket, just focusing on a ball. Those are all very, very difficult things for kids with autism. Just to paint a picture a little bit further, the first child that I ever worked with 5 years ago in Boston was this little girl. She was about 5 years old, and I just wanted to see if it was feasible to do a lesson. It was really my first interaction with a child on the spectrum, and she was low functioning. She couldn't talk. It was just a one-on-one lesson. Her mom was there, and she was distracted with everything. The 3 things that I remember vividly were we were on a clay court, and the first thing she wanted to do was just play with the clay. She just got on the ground and started playing with the sand. The next thing, she saw a puddle, and she just wanted to go play in the puddle. So it was very difficult to get her attention. But, in a half an hour lesson, we probably, were able to do tennis for about 5 to 10 minutes. She struggled with holding the racket. She didn't really understand what we were trying to do, but those are the struggles. You need a lot of patience to do this. So why is tennis such a great fit? You probably think I'm a little bit crazy trying to teach kids with autism. If they can't focus, they don't maintain eye contact, you can't communicate with them, they can't really hold a racket. Why is tennis such a great fit? Well, for all those reasons, it's a great fit. A tennis clinic, when you have a group of kids, that's exactly what these kids need. They need the exercise. They're at big risk for obesity. They need the social interaction. That's what I try to provide in my program. All the volunteers that I get to my program, the lesson that I try and teach them is that engaging with these kids is what they need. They need the exercise. They need to run around. Parents are driving their kids all over the place trying to find suitable programs for these kids, and these play-based programs is what they do really well. So, we want to make it fun. Most parents that send their kids to my program tell me that the things that they want their kids to have is to get exercise, have some fun, interact with them, and maybe learn some tennis skills at the same time. The younger, it's more important for the younger kids to get into our program. The older they get, they calm down more, their focus lasts a little bit longer. But for 4 and 5 and 6-year-old kids, it's really important that they get the social interaction that you provide in a tennis clinic. So, Acing Autism, it's a weekly program. If you think about any clinic, we offer it once a week, usually on the weekends. These kids are usually, their schedules during the week are filled up with, ABA therapists and speech therapists every night. So it's a program that we offer once a week, usually on the weekends. And there's about 8 to 10 kids in the program. We offer a 10 and older group, 11 and older group. And I make sure that there's a lot of volunteers out there to help with the program, especially for the lower functioning kids. But like I said, we make it fun for them. We do a 10-minute warm-up. We're running around the court, doing side steps, balance games, reflex, balancing a ball, catching a ball. All those things are really important to these kids. And then we actually, put a racket in their hands if they can, just work on their hand-eye coordination. And then the little kids, we get them hitting a ball off the tee. And some of the techniques that we use, these kids, like I said, they have difficulty understanding. So with a non-verbal kid, you're better off using less language because they're not interested in trying to understand what you're saying to them. So the